What's up, guys, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Natalie's Reptile Room. And who's our special guest today?
Say it.
It's the Frilled Dragon. So, welcome back, guys. Today, Natalie and I are getting back into our pros and cons videos, where we talk about the pros and cons of particular pet reptiles. As you can tell by our special guest here today, today's pros and cons video are on the pros and cons of a frilled dragon. So today we are specifically talking about the goods and the bads of having a pet frilled dragon. If you guys are actually looking for the care video for the frilled dragon, we already did that, which they can watch
right there.
Right there.
And you can watch this video right
here. So without any doubt, frilled dragons are one of the coolest lizards in the world.
Yeah, but
hands down.
Yeah, but guys, if they see him going wild, that is one bad thing.
Yes, and that's going to be on one of our cons. All right, so let's get right into it with pro number 1. Like we said, they're awesome. With that awesome frill, just a all-around awesome lizard. Something that looks like it comes straight out of Jurassic Park. But the good thing about this little lizard is they don't spit acid at you.
Huh?
They don't spit acid. In the movie Jurassic Park, there's like a frilled dinosaur, but it spits acid. That's not real.
What's acid?
It like will melt you. Acid like melts you. So luckily he don't do that.
Yeah.
Now there are some pretty big differences between the Australian frilled dragon and then what we have here, the Indonesian frilled dragon. But we'll get more in the differences between the two throughout these pros and cons. And then do you think he's a cool lizard?
Yeah.
You like him?
Mm-hmm.
He is one awesome lizard. Pro number 2. They are a pretty reasonably priced lizard. We'll get into the more cost and everything, but a frilled dragon itself is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
With the Indonesian frilled dragon being about $350 to $500, and the Australian frilled dragon, because their colors are a lot more vibrant, they go for more like $550 to $800. But all in all, compared to like a green tree monitor, very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Pro number 3. They're a good sized lizard for beginners and experienced keepers. Between the two, they're only going to get about 2 to 3 feet, with the majority of that being their tail. He's got a long tail, don't he?
Yeah.
Look how much longer his tail is than the rest of them.
Yeah, that tail is longer than his head, his body.
And he'll whip you with it.
Yeah, he can be like, I do not want to.
Whack.
With his tail, he can be like, hey guys, do you remember geckos? They do that.
Oh, when they're like hunting for their food?
Yeah,
that's the cutest, when they wag their tail.
Yeah, and then they go. That's what I wish he would do that.
Yeah, his doesn't do that, but one day we'll do the pros and cons of our geckos. Pro number 4. The adults are very laid-back lizards. This is going to move into the cons later, but adult frilled dragons are very chill reptiles.
Yeah.
Much like their close relative, the bearded dragon. Both are dragons.
But they can scratch you like all of them marks.
Oh yeah, they get sharp little claws.
Look at that. Look at, let me get that on the light. Look at that.
But in a lot of like the pictures of adult ones, you'll usually see them just like chilling up on a branch, and they'll just sit there.
On your hand.
Yeah.
So if you be like that, they'll just be like.
Yep. Even him sometimes. He's pretty chill.
Like he's doing right now.
He's a chill boy. And our final pro number 5. Their diet.
I'm 5 years old.
Oh yeah, you're 5 years old. You're exactly right. But our 5th pro is that their diet is very basic and easy to find. They are omnivores. Do you remember what omnivores mean?
They eat insects.
And
crickets. And veggies.
Insects and veggies. So the insects you can pick up at any local pet store.
And they eat crickets.
Yes, they do eat crickets.
That's the only thing he eats.
Yeah, he likes his crickets.
Yeah.
And then the veggies, if you guys ever want us to do a video of like reptile saved vegetables, we can always do a video of that one day.
But guys, do you want me to tell you one thing that you can definitely not feed them?
What?
Food coloring and blueberries.
Yes, you are exactly right.
And you cannot mix those together. Yeah.
There's actually a lot of vegetables you need to stay clear of.
Yeah.
All right, ready to get into the cons?
Yeah.
All right, con number 1. Babies and juveniles, as you can see with him, are very small and very fragile.
Yep, and guys, when we first got him, you cannot be like that.
Exactly right.
You have to be like how I am holding him.
You have to hold them very gently or it feels like you're going to break their little bones.
You have to be like that. You have to be a little bit too tight. You have to be a little bit tight so he cannot like jump out of your hand.
Because they are also very quick. They are incredibly quick.
Yeah, they can run. Did you see how quick he was running on my hand when I tried to hold him?
Mm-hmm.
He's
So this
fast.
is one that if you guys are going to let a child have, like specifically for a child, we would absolutely recommend supervision. Because you turn your head for 1 second and they'll be gone.
Yeah, if you be like, oh.
Or squeezing them too tight.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh. He's gone!
Con number 2. In regards to the frill, it is absolutely awesome. However, it does come with a few health concerns. Stuck shed is a big one. The issue with frilled dragons is stuck shed getting caught in like the crevices of their frill.
Yeah, you
like
are?
underneath.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets stuck and accumulates in that frill. The other thing is that frill is basically just a thin piece of skin. So it is very susceptible to being burned. So it makes it that much more important, especially with stuck shed getting the humidity right and the heat, the highs and the lows getting the heat right, where you could burn their frill.
Yeah, if you don't get like something to keep that, if you put it down too low, like that, he could get his head up and then burn himself.
You are absolutely right. Con number 3. If you intend on getting a frilled dragon specifically for that frill, you think the frill is just absolutely awesome, you may be disappointed. The reason we say that is because as your frilled dragon gets comfortable with you, which is a good thing too, you want your reptile to get comfortable with you,
Yeah.
they're not really showing or throwing up that frill anymore.
Yep.
Do you know what they use the frill for?
That, and look, this is what he does. Hold him for a second. Every time I reach in, he'd be like,
Yeah, he does. But do you remember what they use the frill for?
that is for protection for them.
From predators.
Yep.
They throw that frill out and it makes the predator think that they're bigger than they actually are.
Yeah,
It's scary.
yeah.
But as they do become adults and they get comfortable with you, they don't really use that frill because you're no longer a threat to them.
So they get comfortable with you, and he doesn't bite us.
You're exactly right. Con number 4. Although the lizard is reasonably priced, they are 2 to 3 foot lizard. Not only that, they're semi-arboreal and very arboreal. He is always climbing around on stuff.
Yep.
So not only are you getting an enclosure with floor space, it needs to have height to it as well. So that can get expensive. And with the enclosure, the lighting, they eat a lot. All that stuff can get kind of costly. And our final con number 5. 5, just like the amount of years old Natalie is.
Yeah.
They can be kind of hard to find. Natalie and I waited, it was quite a few months until we saw one come up. We ended up getting him off of Morph Market. I have never seen a frilled dragon for sale at Reptile Expo.
Yep. And guys, guess
Never.
what? Daddy supplied me with 2 animals.
It was him and who?
It was him and the false water cobra.
Yes, it was.
But-
So it can be sometimes difficult to find a frilled dragon. Like I said, we had to wait a few months before we seen one pop up, and we ended up getting our awesome little boy right here.
Yep. And guys, make sure you need a front opening enclosure so they don't think that a bird is coming in and grabbing them and gonna eat them.
Alright guys, and that does it for the pros and cons of the awesome frilled dragon. Our point to this video is that although they make awesome pet reptiles, we hope that this video at least gives you all the information you need to make an informed decision, or just makes you want to research them more before you do end up getting one.
Yeah, so make sure you
Do your research.
Yep.
Alright guys, and that does it for this video. We'll see you
on the next one. Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.